professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude. Good morning, Dan. All right, so first off, the Tesla board awarding CEO Elon Musk 96 million shares of restricted stock, valued at approximately $29 billion to keep him at the company. This just 6 months after a judge ordered Tesla to revoke his massive pay package. What exactly are we seeing here, Dan?
We are seeing Tesla sending a clear message. We can't afford to lose Elon. Now, keep in mind what restricted stock actually means. It's not you get it automatically. You have restrictions. There are parameters. Or you don't get it. So, for example, for Elon to be able to ultimately get this stock or the value of the stock, he has to stay in his executive role through 2027. So he's got to stay there for 2 years. And he must hold the stock through 2030. So we're talking 5 years. So it's not like they're just handing him money. In effect, he has to earn it out over time.
Exactly. There's a couple little restrictions to it. I didn't know that. That's very, very interesting. Again, just an incentive to keep him right where he is. But switching gears completely, so thousands of workers at 3 Midwest manufacturing plants where Boeing actually develops military aircrafts and weapons, they went on strike yesterday. Workers who build these machines demanding wage increases. Okay, Dan, how big of a deal is this? I mean, what could happen if Boeing does not meet this deal?
Well, it is a big deal. So what Boeing is doing right now in the short term is they have contingency workers trying to keep things going. Now, that will work for a short period of time. But over the long term here, Boeing does not need a problem like this. The effect is going to be delays, missed deadlines, loss of revenues, potential penalties for not being able to deliver product, all related to the military. So what needs to ultimately happen here, Alex, is that Boeing is going to have to come to the table, figure out how to get this worked out, because their reputation at this point cannot afford another hit, like missing deadlines.
No, such a good point. This is already, I believe, like the second strike that they've had in just a couple of months. But back to the ground, HarleyDavidson. So they've named a new CEO as the struggling motorcycle maker shakeup just continues. Dan, do you think this will be enough to rev up the company?
No, I don't think it's going to be enough. HarleyDavidson has some significant challenges here. To start with, the motorcycle market in general is down. So you basically have a situation where not as many people are buying motorcycles. So the consumer demand is weak. That's a big problem. So what does Harley-Davidson have to do? They have to figure out how to overcome that. Some ideas would be to make some lines of their motorcycles more affordable and also be able to expand their product lines into places like Asia and Latin America, where there is demand growing. So they got to go where the potential sales will be.
That's interesting. Motorcycle demand is down. But finally, a new poll from the AP showing the vast majority of U.S. adults are somewhat stressed about the cost of groceries. Then with half of Americans now saying the cost of groceries is a, quote, major source of stress in their life right now. Dan, does that sound about right? And what advice do you have for people struggling right now at the grocery store?
Well, definitely. Look, people are always going to be concerned about food, shelter, clothing. Those are the basics that we all require. Keep in mind how long we've been battling inflation here. It has been over 4 years. And all those increases in costs for products such as food, although year over year, the inflation may not be growing quite as much as it had, you have to keep in mind that inflation is cumulative. So people are still feeling the pain. So what to do? Well, people have to make sure that they can carry those budgets, living within their means, and a lot of discretionary spending is going to go away. Like, you can't get that Harley-Davidson because you need food.
It all is one big circle, and everything ties right back to the other. Dan Geltrude, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was great seeing you.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, everybody.